So welcome to the second episode of the first module. So this episode is centered on introducing you to the course and the winning trader mindset. Yeah, this is very important to know as a trader. What's a winning trader? That's the 10% winning traders. You need to know the mindset, of which they approach the market, right? Learning is really simple. You need to practice what somebody does in order to be what somebody is becoming, right? So these are very important things. I would like to start this episode by telling you about an effect, the snowball effect. It's something that I've really kept close to my mind for a very long time, right? Now, this is centered on consistency in small actions. Very vital to the well-being of a trader. You need to be consistent from the inside, and you're going to see the outcome on the outside. You have to be consistent in small actions. You have to be consistent in every action as well, right? So it's very important, right? Because if you're consistent in small actions, it's going to build up to something really massive, right? You know that this is the level where you want to be in your trading journey, right? And you are aware of everything it requires of you to do. You have to break down these things into small daily actions that you do every day, regardless of whether you're down or you just have to find a way to do this, like being consistent. No sick days. You have to show up every day. You have to show up to learning. You have to show up to growth, right? You have to show up to practicing what you've learned. So this is what really the snowball effect is all about, being consistent, right? So the trader mindset is a probabilistic mindset, in the sense that you know for a fact that you can't control the outcome or the movement of the market, right? You have to be prepared, right? But then this is where each of these lines I'm telling you now build up on the other, right? So if you're consistent in small actions, you eventually build up the probabilistic mindset, which is the trader mindset. Like, no matter what happens, I have to do these things. I have to play by my rules. I have to execute on my trade criteria, right? So these are one of those things. Yeah, this is also a very important thing to know. You do not control the outcome of any trade, right? But you can control a couple of other things, which is your trade criteria, the rules you set to follow for a buy trade, the rules you set to follow for a sell trade, right? You also control your trade input, excuse me, your trade entry, your position sizing, your stop loss, your take profits, right? So these are some of the things you control, and you also want to put them in check, right? You also control your reaction while in the trade. You don't want to act out of impulse, right? You want to strictly follow your criteria. Whether it's your money management, your trade management, you want to strictly follow these things. You understand? So these are some of the very important things you need to know about the trader mindset, that you have to be consistent, you have to be a probabilistic thinker, like the way you execute. You have to also be aware of the trading environment you're involved in, which also involves knowing what you can control and what you cannot control, right? So when you know the things you can control, it's going to help you control them well, right? without trying to control the others you can't control. So I want you to go over this episode as many times as possible in order for this to sink in. Trading is a business and you should approach it as one. It's a business is something like you have to give it your time, you have to be patient with it, you have to invest your money just as you've invested right now in this course. You've invested your money and time to learn what's going to enable you be prepared in every market scenario. Right, so trading is a business and you should always approach it as one. Right, so I will always end this every of my episode with this, to also remind you that precision is just as important as any human endeavor that you're involved in. Right, at the edge of mastery is precision. When you've mastered your craft, it becomes easy. Right, it becomes easy above all odds. Just like it's easy for the 10% traders that are winning and that are profitable. So I want you to take your time and also know that this is the ultimate goal, to be precise, right? To be able to decipher in the market, able to discern in the market like what is going to be like. So stay precise. Precision is key. And thank you for staying through this episode. See you in the next one.